glad as night. So the light from the sun would not burn me on my bum when I shoot the moon.
Hill's got it, driven into the ground with a pulverising tackle from Ambrose. Oh, I think the Bombers are going to go on with it here. Bombers and runs.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that.
Welcome to the Windy Hill Windsock with me, The Solution. And joining me today is Christina.
Hello, Solution. How are you?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good.
Bit tired, but whatever.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be laying down by the end of the podcast. You do
I hope so.
every other podcast. With us is Joe.
G'day, Solution. G'day, Christina. How are we tonight?
Good, Habibi. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very relieved. Some results ended up going our way at the death this weekend, so feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we'll talk to them for sure. And with us is, what's the Pearl Jam song? Jeremy Has Spoken, or whatever it is. What a great band they were. Jez, welcome.
Solution, g'day, how are you?
I'm good. You go.
I said excellent.
Excellent. Oh, I thought you were going to say it's a coolish evening, or it was a beautiful day today.
It was. And I've got to say, it was so much fun listening in last week because I wasn't here last week. It was fun. The introduction, that was hilarious last week. You guys all calling each other fuckers and stuff. That was amazing.
Oh, you missed out. Okay, fuckwit. Thanks for bringing it up. All right, now, look, we've only got 3 weeks to go. Thank the Lord. But I set the honourable loss line at 70 points, and we definitely smashed that. And for me, aside from the effort, which was good, once again, it's the form of youngsters and teenagers that is giving me most hope. Anyone want to comment on anything? Joe, you're nodding. All right, Christina, you go.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably one of the best games we've played against Geelong in quite a number of years. Even with a decimated squad, which is quite surprising, and in Geelong as well. I think kudos again to the coaching department for just trying different things, like having Kako in the centre clearances.
Yep.
Just seeing how he goes. Apparently he was trained at about 2 weeks of lessons, and before they put him in, and just trying different things, players in different
He's a fast
positions.
learner if he only had 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I think he did pretty well. The fact that we've got a makeshift centre clearance team, I think we had like Kako, McGrath, and it might have been Gresham, like that was our centre for one of our centre clearances, which would be unheard of, in any other game. I thought our backline held up, even though Geelong kicked badly. It's just really the forward kicking into forward 50. A lot of people online were having a go at saying, the team's crap, the players are crap. We've had 2 players in our forward 50 that have only been played like 3 games together.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of synergy takes a while to develop. So, overall, it was to get within 20 points and to really pressure the Cats, who are, again, considered one of the premiership favourite teams. I think we did a bloody good job.
Absolutely. With 4 teenagers out there, and this is unlike any other year, especially the last couple, where we've gotten to the end and the bottom has gone out from underneath us and we've self-imploded and we've crashed and burned at the end of the last couple of seasons. Now, obviously, there's still some time left for that to
Yeah, I
happen
was
to
going to
us,
say.
but you can't be telling me that this team of the last couple of years would have gone to Geelong in Geelong and only lost by about 40-odd points. Like, this is... and playing the way that they've been playing. And last week, going to Sydney and falling short by under 3 kicks to the Swans at the SCG. This is a team that's got character and spunk and a refusal to lose, and it's driven by a lot of the young kids that have got that character. Like Newwin coming in and just giving zero fucks and keeping Stengel goalless as well. And I'm going to say that when he was defending Pappy last week, he kept him goalless as well. That was because of Hobbs' free kick. So, we got another young kid who's come in and has that attitude of refusing to lose. So there seems to be a changing of the guard, and it's hopefully seeping through the rest of the group, this refusal to lose and fight hard no matter the margin. It was up to 44. We brought it back to 20. Yeah, it ended up on 44. But you'd probably think last year, if this was Essendon and it was 44 points at some stage, it would have just kept ballooning out of control and would have hit 100 points. So I'm really pleased with the direction of the group.
I agree with everything you said, other than, by definition, did we refuse to lose?
I think we did. We kept
lost.
fighting hard.
We couldn't win.
We couldn't win.
Yeah.
We tried.
It was impossible to win.
Well, we might have refused, but we didn't. We weren't effective in that refusal. We lost.
Yeah.
That's my point. But I take your point. I take your point, and I agree with everything you said. I'm just being a smart ass. These guys
Nothing
are
new.
correct. Jez, what do you got?
It could have been worse.
Can't hear you, mate.
I was happy.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would have pegged us to be that close to the Cats. People listening to this might be saying, "Oh, you guys are part of the problem. You're accepting mediocrity. We lost by 40 points," but I don't think so. I don't think anyone had us remotely close to that. So it could have been worse, and well done. I don't think it was because the Cats were playing poorly. I think we had a real red hot crack, and yeah. I mean, at the end of the game, I was mildly positive, which is unusual for me. So yeah, it was good.
Well, unusual for this new 2025 arc, Jez. Your current arc, it's unusual for you to be positive. I'm going to give you... I'll let you continue to be positive. I'm going to let you do the herd. Joe, you can do the Henneman. And Christina's already on at about 2 p.m. So she's moving to horizontal pretty quick.
I'm resting my head on my shoulder.
Like a parrot.
Yeah.
So, go.
All right. So some herd nominations. I love McMahon. I love the fact that he can kick goals. He can kick straight. So he's kicked 4 goals. He's a natural forward. He's not going to win a Coleman, but every good team has a Jack Gunston or someone like that. Just some third best, third tallest forward who can be reliable. And I love the ball in his hands. He takes a breath. He's got a great routine. Kicks pure. Really like his work.
I've got one issue with him.
Mm.
He's got the hairstyle of Mark Eustace. Do you remember Mark Eustace?
Wally.
What's with this Mark Eustace Wally hairstyle? Yeah, I don't get it.
It's all the young kids these days.
Okay. He's got like a Buffon, but at the back, it's kind of it's very reminiscent of Wally back in the day. Keep going. Sorry.
I want to give a shout out to Lav who got beaten, but I thought he tried his absolute guts out and was actually pretty good. He was usually right up the clacker of whoever he was on.
Yeah.
And good on him too, because there's another player who might get a mention in the Henneman whose career is perhaps heading towards the end, who I think's checked out or on the verge of checking out, but Lav hasn't. He's really going in full steam every week.
I honestly think if we don't extend him, there might be a team out there that says, you know what, we could do with him as a backup.
Yeah.
Based on the last few months and the endeavour he's shown and the fight he's displayed.
He's playing it better than he did last year or the year before.
Agree.
Yeah.
And he didn't give away any stupid frees that weren't just bad umpiring decisions.
No, well, Redmond, is to blame where he obviously attacked Cameron's knee with his body to give up that free. So that was one of the goals that theoretically was on Lav, but no, agreed.
That wasn't a free kick. Come on. No. Okay, good. Just making sure.
And I find that the Foxtel commentary to be annoying. I found the solution, by the way. Did you guys know about the Mandarin commentary?
No.
On Foxtel. So I turned on Foxtel yesterday to watch Sydney versus Brisbane, and there was a Mandarin channel. And I'll tell you, it was heaps better than most of the commentators, honestly. And I couldn't understand a word. I think I can.
That's why.
I can count to 5 in Mandarin and a couple of swear words, and that's about it. But it was heaps better. But anyway, where were we up to? I can't remember. Keep going, Jess.
Thank you. Christina's already mentioned Kako, and I think he deserves a mention because he had 20 centre bounce attendances. I'm going to drip the stats in as we go. Solution. He had 20 centre bounce attendances. He had heaps of pressure acts. Didn't have heaps of possessions, but I haven't been watching that closely over the last month or so. But was this his first crack in the middle, like as a proper midfielder?
Yeah, and also, I don't know if it was on the podcast or the forecast, but I asked the question months ago, based on his ability to cover the ground, whether he potentially had a future up the ground, and I was laughed at.
This is about the 6th time I've heard you say that in the last 24 hours.
That's right. I don't get many right, and I got that one right. Along with Collingwood sliding, by the way, I called that as well, but we'll get to that.
That leaves, I've only got 2 more players on the list. One was Merritt. I don't think he had a mammoth game, but on all the stats, on all the actual objective counters, he had a massive game. Lots of tackles, lots of inside 50s, lots of hard balls. But for me, I would. Can I go to my winner, which for me was Archie Roberts. So I just so adored his game, and he nearly got caught a couple of times, but he kind of has this slippery ability to get out of trouble. He's got all the poise in the world. I do have one question about him, but he was the herd, and he may not have been our best player, but he put a smile on my face, and I think that's a great thing to do for an old prick like me. That he was fantastic. I loved it. I got all excited watching him.
I thought he was our best player. I got no problem with that. Well, one of the good things about us being on TV in these last few weeks is people suddenly waking up to how good Archie is.
It doesn't seem like people know.
I don't know if anyone watched the Essendon videos that they posted, and they spoke to Dersma and McMahon. Is it McMahon? No. Mahone? No. I don't know how to put it.
Mahone? Corporal Mahone from Police Academy.
We were. And the last question that the Essendon woman asked them was, "Oh, what did you think of Archie's game?" So even Essendon are trying to kind of push his case a bit more.
Yeah,
Well,
because the odds for him winning the Rising Star are ridiculous. Like he's fifth in line for that.
they're not.
Last I checked.
They're not ridiculous. He's drifted significantly, and that's because people know who the winner is. In my opinion.
Seriously, fifth in line? Like I could have sworn there was a time I saw Nate Caddy was better odds than he was.
Are you breaking some corruption here?
That's my accusation that there's leaks out there and people know. There's no other explanation for why he's drifting so rapidly than people know someone else has won it.
Who's won it?
Well, look at the line of favourites.
Dan Curtin. I'd say.
Oh, he's very good. He is good.
From the Crows. Yeah, he's very good.
He is good, but has anyone played every game, been as consistent in a shit team as Archie? I don't know.
No,
and also
definitely not.
on disposal, he'll get better when he's actually got targets and he's got space and he's playing in a better team. I've got no doubt about that. There's nothing wrong with his kicking. Nothing wrong with his disposal. In my opinion, I think he just gets... It's a consequence sometimes of just lack of options upfield. But anyway.
The one question I've got, has anyone ever seen him kick with his right?
I'm not paying enough attention.
Doesn't need to. He finds his left. Let's be honest, Jez. Do you ever remember Ramanaskas kicking with his right? Or Scotty Lucas? Or think of the great left footers?
I remember one time he kicked with his right and led to a Gary Moorcroft mark of the century.
Yeah.
I don't think Hurdy ever kicked with his left, but someone might work Roberts out one day and realise he's really very, very left-footed. But I just love the way he plays. You know, you can't. That's his number one characteristic, just that way he plays. And I agree with Joe. Newen's got a similar kind of way of playing, and Kako for that matter. And I love it. I love that all of them froth at the mouth at the contest. It's great. So Archie is the winner of this week's Herd.
Look, I think he's a shout for the Henham of the Year, to be honest. Anybody else want to shout out anyone?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Andy McGrath because he kicked a goal. He is playing in the centre of the ground. I think his last few years of playing down back have made him far more composed midfielder than what he was when he was previously a midfielder. He always looked rushed. Now he doesn't. Good pressure player as well. So I'm really happy Andy has sort of, perhaps he's found a new role, which, you know, gives Brad more options next year with Nguyen playing half back as a stoppage player. It might give more options for McGrath to move in the centre of the ground. So
yeah, that's fair. Joe, anyone you want to share that?
I'm going to apologise to Old Gold. First quarter, I remember saying in that group chat, there is zero reason why this guy should be playing right now. And then he proceeds to just wind back the clock. And all of a sudden, Todd Goldstein's doing one-handed pickups on the run, spreading, just getting involved in the play, follow-ups. Like, what the hell happened? I don't know if he took something at quarter time, but yeah, he was really good after quarter time. I want to give a shout out to Old Gold. Just every time he walks out there is a blessing, really, and just making the most of it right now.
No, I agree with that. I thought Redders was all right too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you went high then, Joe. That generally means you don't agree.
He was all right. I wouldn't say he's in anywhere near the Herd discussion. He did his role. He played his role. He's recaptured a bit better, more of that form that he used to have. I think there's a bit more of that Red Dog mojo again. It was gone for a while, but it seems to be finally coming back a little bit, which is really important.
Yeah, we just need to capture his form when he was hunting for a contract.
Exactly.
Beautiful. All right. Well, Henneman.
All right. Felt like it was a real team effort this week, so there's not too many, in my opinion, that would, be sort of in this discussion. So definitely open to suggestions from the crowd here, but I'd say that there were some players that were a little bit down, like someone, Guelphy was a little bit down, but I'm not sure how much of that was just on the fact that for some reason the whole team decided to think that he was the one that could fly for every mark.
Yeah.
So, I felt like he was sort of a bit of a victim of the way the team up the field were playing and picking him out. So, he was a bit down, but that's obviously courtesy of others.
Perhaps he was the only one that knew where to run.
To
take the mark.
Potentially.
I wish he'd run in the opposite direction to where he's supposed to run.
It's also weird because I thought he was supposed to be playing the defensive role on Stewart. Like, he's our defensive forward, supposed to prevent the intercept marker from doing what he's doing. But for some reason, it ended up just bringing Stewart into the game, which is not quite what his role was supposed to be. So, that was weird.
Or did Stewart lead him to where the ball was going to be because he reads the play so beautifully? And it ended up that it looked like we're kicking a Guelphy, where really he was just following his man.
No, I do think there were times that we actually kicked to Guelphy. That there was a shorter kick, but I don't know, for some reason, if we tried to play a bit more direct football and going for the long option, high and long, asking for Guelphy to fly for it, but which is obviously not his game. He's not a flying type. So yeah, not a bit weird there. What happened with him? I thought Pryor was sort of cooked on ground level against Sean Manor. Sean Manor, I thought, was probably the more dangerous of the small forwards for them. I thought, Nguyen's done a wonderful job on Stengel, kept him goalless, so he did his end. But Sean Manor kicked 3 goals, and I think quite often it was because Pryor was, I suppose, overcommitted to trying to help spoil something, and then it just left Sean Manor out the back, streaming unopposed into their forward 50. So I'd say Pryor probably had a down game for him, and I don't think Pryor would normally have been lined up on a Manor type. I would have thought if we're playing Pidge in defence, Pidge maybe goes to Stengel, and then maybe Nguyen goes to Manor. So I think he sort of had a bit of a mismatch. So I'm not going to crucify him or anything for that, but he definitely had a lower game than usual. And I'm going to give the Henneman to Hobbsy. I thought Hobbs, unfortunately, just once again, really isn't having much of an impact. And I think the big picture is that if you can't break into this midfield with how depleted it is, despite him really being a pure inside mid, similar to Sardis, and you can't get inside that midfield mix, then unfortunately you don't really have much of a future in this team. So I'm going to give it to Hobbsy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was in one centre clearance.
Not a single centre bounce. Not a single one.
But he's
fair enough, because last week he gave away so many free kicks that ended in goals.
Yep.
You got anyone else to mention, Christina? Were you there?
Good on Perkins to not be in this discussion. I thought Perkins had his best game for a long time in this game. I thought he actually was a bit more involved, shrugged a few tackles, showed that those strong hip shimmy, that we haven't seen in a long time. So hopefully he can build on that. But yeah, I just wanted to say I'm really happy that I'm happy not to include Perkins in this discussion.
No, me too. Jez, what about you?
Perkins.
Really?
Have you got an axe to grind?
No. I was doing this, and I've got no problem with Hobbs. He was on my second line. He had a bad game. I also didn't like Gresham. I know on all the stats he got a lot of good stats, but I just thought he did a few completely brainless things. And he is a senior player. He isn't one of these teenagers, one of these kids coming through. He should be doing better than he does. But I was looking, just because I'm Mr. Stats on this podcast, I was looking down the list, and I noticed that there was a player who had 0% disposal efficiency, which I thought was pretty good effort. So I had a closer look, and it was poor old Jai, who, how long was he on the ground for? Was it less than a quarter, or it wasn't long, was it?
I think a full quarter.
1 quarter.
Yeah, a quarter.
So he's had 2 disposals, and I guess if you've got 2 disposals, you really only there's only 3 options, isn't there? You're either going at 100%, 50%, or 0%.
Mathematics.
It was 0. But then I kept looking, and I saw that he had 5 pressure acts in his quarter and 2 tackles. And this is where I bring Archie into the discussion, who played 4 quarters. 4 quarters. 3 pressure acts, so 2 less than Jai, and no tackles. So 2 less than Jai.
Yeah, okay. Did he have any mates in the no tackle?
Oh, there's always a few no tackles, but I just thought that combination of stats was said a lot about Archie, and yeah. But I would have given the bloody award to Dylan Shield. He nearly broke someone's neck. He had 7 clangers. I reckon he's totally checked out. I don't think he gives a fuck. I thought it was an atrocious game.
Well, I was off to the tribunal as well.
That's what I mean, with the breaking of the neck.
Did he off the tribunal, or just been given I thought he was given a week.
Tribunal. They can't, because they don't know how to do it because it's against his own teammate.
See, I know I'm against the tide of public opinion here. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to give his man the slip. Little push on his opponent to then get the ball out the back. That to me was the sole intention. So I don't think it was intentional. That's not to say it wasn't, reckless or whatever. But that's just... I don't think he was deliberately trying to hurt anyone, let alone his teammate. But I kind of agree with your broad point, Jez. I think he's playing, and he's actually getting some possessions because he's actually got some talent, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's still an athlete, but I don't see much care factor there.
He had 15 pressure acts. Like, he had quite a few pressure acts, though. Like, so is that just courtesy of the fact of him playing in the midfield? He's in close proximity to the ball. Therefore, it's a lot easier to get one of those pressure acts, whereas someone like Perkins, who's playing more forward, obviously less time around the football, maybe it's harder for him to get pressure acts. So,
well, what the fuck is a pressure act? Define it for me.
Exactly. Like, is it someone just trying to? Is it someone trying to run after and tackle you, or is it someone trying to put a?
So we don't even know.
Not entirely sure.
Well,
No, I don't know.
Once again, my view on stats is vindicated. I just can't believe the Wales got off the hook. I know he spent a bit of time off the ground. He's had 3 posies.
And then was subbed out.
And then once again, I just, like, when he was on the ground, which was a good half of the football, certainly longer than Menti, he didn't get near it, really.
He's a bit
It's a
steering
tough game.
headlights, really. Lual, he's in the area, but sort of does something, but doesn't.
I think he's beyond deer in the headlights. I think he's roadkill at this point of the season. I think he just needs a break. I think he deserves his spot on the list. I think he deserves another shot.
Yeah.
I think he's got athleticism and some talent, but I think he's treading water.
The roadkill, but not knackery.
No. Maybe for the trophy room, possibly. Mount the big antlers.
Yeah, you think maybe if he gets dropped, then Clark can play on the wing full time, and then Johnson can come in to play halfback rather than Clark going into the back line seems to be the best mix. But I think we're continuing to play Lual to give him every opportunity to win a spot on the list moving forward, because we obviously have a bit of a tight squeeze.
Yeah, we've got some decisions to make, for sure.
Sorry?
We have some decisions to make, for sure.
Yeah.
And we don't really have that many tallish defenders at the moment, so it's kind of we've got a Frankenstein team at the moment.
It caused Chris Scott a lot of angst, didn't it, though? How good was that? Like him leaving the coach's box, storming off at times. It's like, why aren't we smashing these Muppets? They're not even... They're a glorified VFL team playing at Alphabet Stadium, for goodness sake. How are we not smashing these guys?
Yeah. Far cry from when Bomber Thompson was just like chewing on sandwiches. So, Jez, you've sprinkled some stats in, as you mentioned. Do you have anything for the official stats segment?
No, I've just woven them through tonight.
Okay. Well, your homework is to find out what a pressure act means.
Okay.
So, take that on notice. Round the grounds, and as you rightly mentioned, Joe, some interesting, in the context of Draft Watch, some interesting games. I reckon Richmond, we're not going to take Richmond's spot, so I think we're going to finish fourth last.
Yeah.
But I'm a little worried about Carlton taking Melbourne's spot. So we need Carlton to get another win, in my opinion, just in terms of Draft Watch itself. But does anybody have any comments on games?
Well, I just want to say, why don't we get the shit dogs? Why do we always get the hot dogs? Why do Melbourne get the shit dogs? And Melbourne have been crap this year, and they only just lose the game to the Dogs, and yet we get smashed every time.
Because they sack
really
their coach.
annoying.
You know that, right? Every time a coach gets sacked, the team tends to win the following week after the coach is sacked. That's purely because of that. It was the new coach coming in.
Bloody Bulldogs. Anyway.
How does that explain how West Coast got so close?
Oh, that was their grand final. I was tuning into that. Their desperation was off the charts.
Oh, really?
They had their pressure factor. Their pressure factor, they were showing it on the screen, was about 240.
Hang on. Stop. We've just discussed pressure acts. What the fuck is pressure factor? And what does 240 mean? 240 out of what?
Oh, it's off the scale. 240.
What scale?
We don't know what the scale means, but it's off it.
Well, this is like Fahrenheit in terms of temperature. What is pressure factor, and how do they arrive at 240? That's what I want to know.
They get it based on, I suppose, the GPSs in each of their...
Yeah, I suppose doesn't do it for me.
I'm not employed by these guys. How the hell am I supposed to give you an official answer?
I just looked at AI, right? Pressure act refers to actions taken by a player to pressure an opponent, specifically when the opponent is in possession of the ball or attempting to dispose of it.
What defines it? What actions?
Can range from chasing an opponent from behind up to applying physical contact during a tackle. It's all champion data.
Can you ask your AI? I've just found out about pressure factor. What does pressure factor mean?
Okay, hold on.
Joe just mentioned it.
Answer this.
Okay.
I'm on the Champion Data website. Everyone, all listeners, you might just want to go and make a cup of it or something like that, because this is going to take a little while. So, pressure factor, it's a mathematical equation, right? So it's pressure points. I'll come to what a pressure point is. Pressure points per pressure chance. I'll come to what a pressure chance is. Right?
Oh my fucking god!
This is amazing.
People swallow this shit.
The pressure points is the weighted sum of pressure acts.
The weighted sum. What the fuck?
So, from your pressure acts,
or something.
physical pressure acts are worth 3.75 points. Closing acts are worth 2.25 points. Chasing acts are 1.5 points, and corralling are 1.2 points. And the pressure chances is the number of opportunities a team had, the number of opportunities a team had to apply pressure. So you've got the actual pressure acts that are then pushed through a weighted sum to give you some pressure points divided by the actual pressure chances. So of course, the more chances you've got, and the less points you get, the worse your number.
So this is just champion data trying to make themselves sound like giving themselves any point of significance.
I have never heard so much tripe in my life. Firstly, shame on you, Joe, for quoting this and saying they had 270 or 240 or whatever.
240 pressure points.
Who knows the difference, 270 versus 240? And Christine, you've hit the nail on the head. That is absolute fucking horseshit. The only pressure points I knew were from, remember Yolan Lim? Jess? No drug, no safety effect.
I only know them from Brendan Favola.
Didn't Chris Judd do a bit of...
Yeah,
he
was
was
on Chris Judd.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the only more pressure acts I know of is my myotherapist called Big Kev.
Big Kev, there you go.
Big Kev.
I've never heard so much crap in my life, but anyway.
It brought a giggle, didn't it, though?
True.
We need a new segment, and that's sort of, debunking the world of the champion data world.
Mate.
Criminal data.
I said a joke last week, and people hated that joke. So I was going to throw in just another joke just to annoy people even further, but I think this is better. This is a lot funnier.
I'm going to, next week's champion data debunking is going to look at rebound 50s. I'm going to nominate that.
Okay. To me, that sounds fairly cut and dry, but maybe not. I'd say that it sounds like they take any simple statistic and they'll try and complicate it. So,
somehow managed to get to the ripe old age of 53, watching more football than I could care to imagine without ever actually working out what a rebound 50 is. So that's my homework for next week.
Okay. Good stuff.
I feel like any time that there's got to be a little digital image put on the television screen that looks like the revs in a car,
Oh, yeah.
They're just mucking around having a bit of fun, really. Just for the sake of it.
Yeah. Pressure factor. Fuck me dead. All right. Anything else on any of the other games?
Holly Wobbles.
As an Essendon supporter, I'm very much now on the anyone but Collingwood bandwagon, so that was a good result.
Well, I was talking to somebody last week who's connected to the club, or he tells me he's connected to the club. So, that's make of that what you will. But he was sort of saying, as people in Yorkshire might say, there's trouble at Mill with young Dacos, because apparently McRae has been on him about running to the wrong spots and demanding the ball in the wrong spots, and he continues to do it and isn't really listening.
Ooh.
And given he's been such, statistically, such a lot of their scores come from him, I think I'm right in saying.
43%.
There you go, 43%. What's his pressure factor, Joe?
Oh, he doesn't apply any pressure.
709. No, that's all right. Yeah, good point. Good point. Doesn't apply much. But anyway, I hear there's trouble at Collingwood, and dare I say again, without blowing my own horn. I did suggest this a month ago and was laughed at.
Did he mention anything about angst in contracts? Like Darcy, Cameron, the Ruckman? Is he going?
This is the issue. I mean, how important is he, do you reckon, to their chances? Like, if Cameron goes down, they're fucked, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. They'll have to play Mason Cox every week.
Yeah. And then they have all these older guys on expiring contracts, so...
Even Myercheck, I think. I think the reports are that Myercheck's not happy with the contract being put to him as well, and I think he's a very handy footballer for him. Good forward.
Yeah. They're trying to squeeze another flag out of this list, but I fear some other teams might have passed him.
So good.
He's good. Nothing else?
Nope.
Hey, Brisbane, no one wants top spot, really. Like, Brisbane, I don't know what happened to Brisbane, losing to the Swans at home, like at the Gabba. That was kind of crazy. Freo only just got over the line against Port. Looked like they didn't want to win for a time. Adelaide only just got over the line against West Coast. Like, there's quite a few of these big teams that have had very unconvincing results this week.
But maybe they've rested a lot of their players. Like Lachie Neale wasn't playing in Brisbane.
He's injured.
Injured. And then Dangerfield didn't play.
Yeah.
He was rested, so, you know.
Plot thickens. All right. Moving to the douche and or the deity. Has anyone got anything?
I have a nom for deity.
Okay. Beautiful.
It's actually the Giants and North Melbourne game. There's a debutant for North Melbourne called Cooper Trembath. He's actually a cousin of a distant grandpa. So he did very well. He scored 3 goals on debut. So did a really good job. So well done, Cooper. And Anthony Hudson couldn't pronounce his surname. He said Trembath, and it's Trembath. So Anthony, get your pronunciation together, mate.
Well, there you go. Has he got any of your fencing kind of nous in the genes?
Well, his grandfather was a runner. Still runs a bit.
And you're a layer, so
a what?
You lay down a lot.
Yeah. So I'm quite talented at that. Yeah. No, it's from Mum's side of the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be careful, Solution. You do know that she does have experience on the piste, so...
Le piste, oui. I am aware of that. Good one.
I want to give a deity nomination to the Carlton Football Club for keeping Voss on as their coach next year. Well done. The gift that keeps on giving. Well done, Carlton, you absolute Muppet show. I'm very happy about that.
What do we think the rationale was? Is it just they didn't want instability, or I don't really... Obviously, maybe Voss is good at playing internal politics. I don't understand why they did it now.
Jez, what do you think?
I think for all the rest of us, for everyone else, it's a great call that Vossi's staying there. I think for the players at Carlton, it was good to have that sorted. I mean, he was contracted for next year, and they've never said they're wavering on that. But with all the discussion about Melbourne and Buckley and Simpson.
Okay, so hang on a second. I didn't know he was contracted for next year. So how is this different from getting the full support of the board?
Yeah, like Goodwin. Goodwin was contracted for next year as well.
I think the board had a marathon meeting and then publicly came out and said, putting to bed all those rumours, he is coach next year.
He has the full support of the board. He's fucked. That's my guess.
If we beat Carlton, then they'll probably sack him.
Yeah, well, I was under the misapprehension he wasn't contracted next year. That changes everything. All right. Any other douches or daties? Jez, you got anything?
Look, I did have a douche, but I'm going to save it till next week because we've had a couple of daties, and so we'll spread the love.
Okay. All right. Shall I tell the joke just to piss people off?
Yeah.
Should we do one each week?
Yes. If we don't have the 150-year book from Windsock, we have to have a joke. They got to have something to piss someone off. We have to.
All right, this will piss people off. You ready? Stop me if you've heard this, or not if you've heard this. There's two women on a bridge overlooking a river. One turns to the other and says, "You know what? I've always wanted to piss off a bridge just like men do." So the other one looks around and says, "Well, there's nobody about. You might as well go for it. Now's your chance." So the woman pulls down her pants, squats, leans over the bridge, says, "Look, I'm going to piss on that canoe down there." And a friend says, "It's not a canoe, it's your reflection." Anyway, I challenge you guys to come up with one next week. We'll do one a week.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I did one last week, didn't I? I did.
You did, yeah. Got anything to contribute on the joke front? No? All right. Next week, typical filthy Windsock stuff that. We're nearly there, guys.
Yeah.
How good is this? So when do we play? I'm trying to get it up.
Friday night.
And this is St Kilda, yeah?
Jake Carlisle Cup.
Jake Carlisle. This club is fucked. Cup.
We could call it the Andrew Lovett Cup too.
Actually,
What was that, Christina?
it could work for both teams. Actually,
Yes. Andrew Lovett was a player, I'll tell you.
He was.
What are we... Is anyone feeling like we've got a chance here? No?
Yep.
You are, Christina? Okay. Explain why.
Oh, but then I just realised that Merritt's got a injured hand, and then the likelihood of Shield getting rubbed out means that we've just lost two midfielders.
Oh, yeah, by the way, late nomination for a douche. I think it was the AFL website that said Merritt likely to miss his 250th.
Yeah, I saw that.
No. It'd be funny if they put up the banner next week and had the 250th and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And then Archer May's rolled ankle may not get up. Shit. Okay.
Plus, we don't want to win.
Yeah. No, we'll win by 2 points.
Wow.
I'm putting it out there.
If the Saints lose to us next week, without all the injuries we already have, plus Merritt, plus Shield suspended, plus May out, Ross should be the next one sacked, if that's the case. Like, it was already a VFL team. But a VFL team with two senior AFL players out, one being the captain? Like, how do you lose to that?
Yeah,
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. The
No, I
Saints
don't
win.
think so.
Saints win by... For me, I say Saints win by 28.
Jess, what do you got?
My prediction has 6 parts. Saints are going to... 1, Saints are going to whack us. 2, Tigers are going to beat the Roos. 3, Blues are going to beat Port. 4, Hawks are going to beat the D's. 5, D's are going to slide down to 14th. And 6, we're going to slide down to 16th.
I like it. What's your prediction? What's our collective pressure factor going to be?
Fucking hell.
Have you ever heard anything as dumb as that in your life?
I'm pretty confident that I'd go so far as to say 100% of the commentators who recite the pressure factor stat each week have no idea what it is or how it's calculated.
Well, you read it out, and I still don't understand it.
Yeah.
I need a whiteboard.
I feel
Yeah,
like
the
I need
definition.
a PhD in mathematics.
It's like that A Beautiful Mind scene where he's got formulas all over his wall.
The definition requires 4 sub-definitions.
Yeah, that in itself tells you. But people blindly just quote it. Sorry, that wasn't a go at you either, Joe.
All good, all good.
But yes. Christina, you giving your prediction?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sorry.
What's
Sorry.
yours?
Well, hang on a second. Jez, what was your prediction for Essendon in between all that?
We're going to get whacked by a lot so that our percentage goes down.
Yeah.
And Richmond's percentage will go up and they'll pass us.
Well, I think we'll lose by 38. I think we'll hang around. But I'm setting the honourable loss line at 35 points. I think after our performance last week, St Kilda don't pour goals on, do they? Ross Lyon doesn't believe in attacking football.
Apart from when they kicked 8 in the last quarter to beat Melbourne 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, there's that. But that was Melbourne players trying to get their coach sacked.
I mean,
I wonder what his pressure factor was. Oh, that would have been insane.
Yes.
I think what we will see by just pure need, Perkins and Hobbs will go into the centre.
Hobbs?
We have no other choice.
Literally none.
And we might bring who hasn't played this year yet? We've got Davey. Who else?
Unwin.
Unwin.
He played midfield VFL last week and looked good, apparently.
There you go. There you go. Yep.
Bring him in. And
Jerome.
Bring Johnson in. Let's bring him in. Yeah. Anyway, let's just whoever else hasn't played, let's bring him in, and then we can say we played every player on the list.
Yeah. I think that's a worthy aspiration. All right. Anything else before we go?
No.
Nope. All right.
Have you done a song this week?
I didn't do a song, so I'll pull out one from the archive.
Do you think that Jai getting a game might be worth recycling a Jai song? Don't you have a couple of those?
Yeah, we have Why Jai to American Pie, and there was another one, I think. Yeah. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I might do that. Because I suspect we're going to have to bin those songs at the end of the year.
Yeah. Make the most of them while you can.
Yeah, good point. All right. Well, on that note, thanks to everyone that listened. Check out our sponsor, Something About Cake. And we'll see you next week.
See ya. Go Bombers!
Go Bombers.
Down the dawn.
Long time ago, I can still remember when small forwards used to make me smile. And then Dodoro had his chance. He nailed it in the mid-season draft and came back with a Tassie kid named Jai. But last Thursday made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about them dropping Jai. But something touched me deep inside the day they managed Jai. And they were singing, why did you get rid of Jai? Got no crummers, what a bummer, now we keep bumming high. And all Bummer fans are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day we need Jai. This will be the day we need Jai. Oh yeah, why did you get rid of Jai? Got no crummers, what a bummer, now we keep bumming high. And Obama fans are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day we need Jai. This will be the day we need Jai. How can we just let you walk away? Just leave without a trace? 'Cause you're not playing seniors now, you're in the twos. You were the only forward that we had that was small. So take a look at the ground, there's just an empty space where there used to be Jamenzi, a small forward without pace. Now we have recruited Gresham, will we have a space for Jai? And we got the Davy twins, one day they'll fly. You were the only forward that we had that was small. So take a look at the ground, oh there's an empty space where there used to be Jamenzi, a small forward without pace. So take a look at the ground, there's just an empty space where there used to be Jamenzi, a small forward without pace.